Today we are going to read the book Giant Squid, and it's by Candace Fleming and illustrated by Rohmann. And I can see it's got a sticker. It is actually a Robert F. Siebert honor book. So do you know a lot about giant squids? I know they're very much a mystery because they are in that deep ocean that is really tough to study because it's so deep and dark. It's mysterious. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put the dust cover down. So here we are going to go ahead and read Giant Squid. Down, down, in the depths of the sunless sea, deep, deep in the cold, cold dark, creatures strange and fearsome lurk. I like that. Look at that. Strange and fearsome. With writhing arms and ghostly lidless eyes, they glide, some large as buses, some weighing a ton, so big yet rarely seen. Instead, they are merely glimpsed, now and then, from the prow of a ship, from a rocky seashore, through the lens of an underwater camera. Who are these giants of the dark seas? How do they hunt? How do they eat? How do they breed? It is a mystery. After all, how can you know about an animal hidden from view? You must rely on clues, as scientists do. Clues left behind by the creature themselves. A tentacle, an eye, pieces found around the world, found over centuries by whalers and sailors and people walking the beach. You examine each piece, questioning and guessing, wondering at the weirdness of these baffling beasts. So, I mean, really, what we know about our giant squids are things that we've discovered from all of those people. Like I said, they said whalers and sailors and people walking on the beach. You know, they make these discoveries, and that's how we are able to learn more about this mysterious creature. And it says, beast we call giant squid. I love it. They put the cover of the book inside the book. And it's got the author's name again, Candace Fleming, and the illustrator, Rohmann. So it definitely makes sense why we have an illustrator drawing images or pictures of the giant squid, especially when they say, you know, it's so mysterious and it's so hard to see. You know, so we can take some of those parts and those pieces and put them together so the illustrator could actually draw what we know about it. Here are its tentacles, 2, curling and twisting and 30 feet long, waiting for a passing fish, another squid, anything swimming by. Did you hear that? 30 feet long. Do you know how tall you are? If you're about as tall as me, I'm 5'2". So if we just said I was 5 feet tall, which I don't like that estimate, but the tentacles is 6 times longer than me. Okay, because 5 times 6 is 30 feet. So very, very long tentacles. How many of you would it take to make one tentacle on a giant squid? The tentacles seize their prey. They surround their thrashing meal. They latch on with powerful sucker-studded clubs. Row after row of suckers. Suckers ringed with saw-like teeth that rip into skin and hold on tight. 8 coiling arms join in, pushing the prey to its beak. Oh, look at that. Can you see how it's all captured in there? What a cool picture. Cool drawing. It's not a photograph, it's a drawing. The beak, bone hard and parrot-like. It sits in the center of those 8 slithering arms protruding from the creature's mouth, rotating from side to side, ripping apart prey. And what lies beneath the beak? A dark hole, the mouth. And inside the mouth, a terrifying tongue-like ribbon of muscle covered with sharp, tiny blades that slice, grind, file the food into a pasty sludge, easy for giant squid to digest. Look at that. It does kind of look like a parrot beak. See that? I didn't know it had that. Did you? In the murk, an eye, round, unblinking, some as big as soccer balls. Oh my gosh. The biggest eyes on the planet. Why? So it can spy pinpoints of light in its pitch black world. Glints, flickers, set off by tiny creatures, jellyfish and krill, disturbed by a diving sperm whale. Their flashes create a shimmering outline, faint, so faint. But not too faint for the big-eyed squid. The outline is a warning, time to flee. Sucking water into its body and squirting it out, the creature jets away. That's cool. So it sucks in the water and squirts it out. That helps it move. See how it does that? See that right there? These images really do help me understand the different parts of the giant squid's body, what we know about and what they do, how they work. That's really cool. Danger past. Alone once more in the murky depths, the creature floats, rising and falling at will. The squid is pinkish purple now, but any second it could change color. Maybe pale yellow, maybe silvery gray, maybe red with brown stripes, or orange with black dots. Which colors? Which patterns? It's another mystery. And why do they change? Maybe to impress a mate. Did you know that they change color? Giant squids change color. I also thought it would be for adaptations, but they said maybe to, get a mate. But I thought maybe it would be camouflage, kind of like a chameleon would when it changes color. But, this is such a mysterious animal that, or organism, I should just say, because it's a living thing. I don't know if we categorize it as an animal or aquatic creature. Let's see a little bit more here. It says, where does the female squid lay her eggs? How long does it take them to hatch? More unanswered questions. Still more mystery. Yet one day, a baby giant squid hatches from its egg. Teeny tiny, just 2 inches long, in the ocean. It is dangerous to be bite-sized. So little baby squid, yeah, that's dangerous to be so little because they could get gobbled up. Watch out for that barracuda! Quick! See the baby there? Sorry, I don't know if I was covering it with my fingers. See the barracuda? Look at those teeth. Ooh, I wouldn't want to meet him. Ooh, do you know what the giant squid's adaptation is? What's it going to do? Ink. See the barracuda swimming away now? So much ink. Look at that. I'm sure that confuses the predators that try to attack it. They don't know where to go, what to do, and they can get away. Ooh, look at this. Okay, so there's the image. This is going to be so big. Here it is. Whoa! It's such a big image of the giant squid. See the end there? So I'm also trying to get it so you don't get my reflection off my light. That makes these images kind of pop too. So that's really cool. I love books that have fold outs like that, and you get a different view of whatever it is showing. I love it. That's so neat. We've got more ink. So I'm guessing that doesn't go away so quickly, does it? Uh-oh, I think I'm upside down. Maybe that's why there was more ink. I was like, wait a minute, why is this all upside down? All right. That's when you know as a reader that you made a mistake, when it's like, wait a minute, that doesn't make sense. All right, it's gone. So it swam away because of that ink. So here are the different parts of the giant squid. So I'm going to start up here. These are the fins. And it says that the fins running partway down the side of the mantle are two stabilizing fins. They are used for balance and maneuverability as it moves through the water. So those are the fins. And then we have this part, the mantle. And it says, the mantle is a big ring of muscle containing all the animal's respiratory, circulatory, reproductive, and digestive organs. And when the giant squid wants to move quickly, it relaxes the muscle in the mantle wall, allowing water to flow into the mantle cavity through special flaps located on either side of its head. Then it contracts the mantle muscles, closing the flaps and forcing water out of the funnel. So it kind of sucks in that water and then it pushes it out to get it to move. All right, so we'll talk about the funnel. So the funnel's like right in here. So it's located between the head and the mantle. The funnel functions a bit like a rudder. It can be aimed in any direction, allowing the giant squid to propel through the water forward, backward, side to side, and up and down. So it helps the giant squid to kind of steer. That's what a rudder does. And then we have its eyes. Located one on either side of its head, the giant squid's eyes are the biggest in the animal kingdom. Some can even grow as large as 10 inches in diameter, the same size of a human head. Scientists think that this big size allows giant squid to see tiny pricks of light produced by other marine creatures called bioluminescence, or perhaps the silhouettes of predatory sperm whales. So it's crazy that it has an eye that could be the size of my head, your head. Oh, all to see you better. That is really interesting. I love those adaptations. Let's see, tentacles. Here's the tentacles. So here's our, it's like tentacles. It says, reaching lengths of 33 to 40 feet, these two appendages are smooth from their base to near their end, where they expand to resemble a club. Along the tentacle club runs a series of suckers and bumps. Because the opposite tentacle club has the same exact pattern, a sort of zipper effect is created, allowing the giant squid to lock its two tentacles together. This gives the animal extra strength and stability when catching prey. So that's cool. So there's just these two super long tentacles. See how they're different than the arms? They're much longer. All right, we have two more little sections here. We've got the beak, which we saw that earlier. It says located in the middle of the corona of arms, made of a hard substance and as big as a grapefruit. The beak can both rotate and protrude. The upper part of the beak has a downward point, making it perfect making it the perfect cutting edge, while the lower beak rips the food into grape-sized pieces. So remember, it's kind of like a bird. And then we've got the arms. Extending down from around the giant squid's mouth is 8 arms, each up to 9 8/10 feet long. So think about it. That would be almost 2 of me. Or probably 2 of you, depending on how tall you are. They are made entirely of muscle. From base to tip, the inner surface of each is covered with suckers, as many as 300 per arm. They are as big as 2 inches in diameter. Each sucker contains a ring of razor-sharp chitin. Wow, that's interesting. And I'm going to go ahead and read the author's note here before we end this story. So very interesting. It says, the mysterious and giant squid. For as long as people have sailed the seas, they have searched for the giant squid. Early mariners were the first to keep an eye for the creature. Again and again, they told tales of a fearsome sea monster with thick arms, huge, unblinking eyes, and a bird-like beak. Nowadays, we recognize these monsters as giant squid. But in many ways, despite scientific and technological advances, the creature remains a mystery. Incredibly, we have more close-up photos of the surface of Mars, a planet millions of miles away, than we have of a giant squid. We know more about the behavior of dinosaurs, extinct for over 65 million years, than we do a creature that resides in almost all of the world's oceans and is one of the biggest animals on the planet. So elusive is the giant squid that the first time scientists ever saw a living one was in 2006. Since then, we've gotten a few more glimpses. In 2012, scientists captured brief film footage of one swimming in the cold, dark depths of the Pacific Ocean, 2,066 feet below the surface. And in 2015, a giant squid appeared in a Japanese harbor where it swam for several hours, allowing spectators and divers a rare close-up encounter. So how do we know about these mysterious creatures? From the bits and pieces of them discovered on the ocean's surface or washed up on the world's beaches, while in some rare cases people discovered an intact carcass. Most of these specimens lacked heads or bodies. Some were just a tentacle or an eye. Others were nothing more than a sucker. Scientists examined each of these pieces. They dissected, described, and detailed them. They even gave the creature a scientific name. Architeuthis. Architeuthis. In Latin, meaning ruling squid. Slowly, over the course of decades, these bits of evidence led to bits of knowledge. And what strange bits of knowledge they are. Imagine scientists' astonishment when they cut through the muscle of a giant squid to discover that the creature's esophagus, the tube that leads from the mouth to the stomach, runs directly through its brain. Or that a special sac located at the end of its digestive system makes and stores a thick, dark ink that can be ejected at will. Or that the giant squid has not 1, not 2, but 3 hearts pumping blood, blue blood, to every part of its body. But these findings are just the beginning. That's why every specimen is precious. Some of the best squid specimens have been found inside sperm whales. Growing to a length of 60 feet, sperm whales routinely dive for more than an hour to depths of 3,280 feet in search of their favorite meal, giant squid. Down in the depths of the deep ocean, the whale cannot see its prey. Instead, it uses echolocation, producing a series of loud clicks that travel through the water and bounce off objects. The reflected sound bounces back and the whale interprets it, determining the size and whereabouts of prey. No one has ever seen an encounter between a sperm whale and a giant squid. But since giant squid can grow to be 30 feet or longer, the biggest one ever recorded by scientists reached about 43 feet. Uh-oh. Archaeteuthis is big enough to fight back. It's clear from sucker scars often found on sperm whales that the battles are vicious. Sometimes the squid escapes. More often, the whale wins. Grabbing its meal with its teeth, it gulps it down whole. When sperm whales are caught by fishermen or wash up on beaches, parts of giant squid are found in their stomachs, arms, and tentacles and beaks. That's what's found. A lot of beaks. Sometimes they find as many as 5,000 to 7,000 per whale. That's a lot of beaks. That's a lot of giant squid. Sperm whales are unable to digest these beaks made of a hard substance named chitin. Some scientists believe so many beaks can mean just one thing. There are millions of giant squid swimming in the ocean. Millions. So why haven't we encountered them more often? That is just one of the many questions scientists continue to ask. Since the giant squid has never been studied in its natural habitat, no one has ever seen it hunt or eat until 2012, or reproduce ever. How they carry out these most basic behaviors is guesswork, and they aren't the only unanswered questions. How long do giant squid live? How big can they grow? Do they live in schools? Are they fast swimmers? How far can they go down? How far down can they swim? The questions go on. Scientists keep searching for answers, and the giant squid glides through the deep, still elusive, still mysterious, and still keeping its secrets. And that is the end of giant squid. So lots of unknowns when we talk about the giant squid. So, we talk in science about so many discoveries and things that we've learned, but there's still so much that we can learn and figure out. So we need people like you to ask questions and to wonder and to work hard to try to figure it out. So maybe this book will inspire you to try to find some of the answers about the giant squid. All right, I hope you enjoyed this book, Giant Squid. That's it for me. Take care.
Peace.